What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Celtics Daily with me, Mike Zakarian. We're finally inching closer to NBA draft season, so we're going to take a look at the two picks the Celtics are going to have, some mock drafts, see who they're looking at. Maybe they're going to trade up a little bit, then we'll look at some draft chaos and we'll get into it. But before we do that, if this is your first time tuning into the Celtics Daily, do me a favor, smash the subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you know the next time we're dropping that Celtics content. It's good for the algorithm, both on YouTube and for my brain. So let's get going. So the Celtics have two first-round picks. Not really. They've got one first-round pick and then an early second-round pick, but it sounds nicer if you say they've got two first. So they pick 28 and pick 32. Now, if you guys don't follow Sam Vecenie, whether on Twitter, on his podcast Game Theory, or even just on The Athletic, he does some of the best draft breakdown stuff out there. So I'm going to be referring to his mock draft that he put out recently because I thought that was really well done. And I thought he did a good job of kind of addressing some of the Celtics' needs. Now, if you missed a video that we've done earlier this year, we kind of talked about some prospects there, but really just focusing on a couple of things that the Celtics need to do and the decisions they need to make, right? And I think we'll learn a lot about the trajectory of the upcoming season and next season for the Boston Celtics based on how they draft. Do they go for these sure thing guys, maybe some older college players who are ready to play and contribute right now, but maybe not the same level of upside, or do they shoot for the moon, take some chances on upside guys? So I think that will kind of tell you where the Celtics are going. So let's get started here. So with the Celtics with their first pick 28, and again, we're referencing the mock draft that Sam Vecenie did. They've got him taking Maxime Renaud. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but I did want to say it in a French accent. He is a 22-year-old big man from Stanford, okay? He averaged 20 and 10 this past season, and he's 7 feet tall, right? And that kind of addresses a lot of the needs that the Celtics are looking for. He was one of the more productive bigs last season, and knowing that Kristaps Porzingis might be on the way out, we have no idea if Luke Cornett comes back as he's a free agent, or if Al Horford comes back as a free agent, or retires as an old man, or goes to another team, right? So we only have, for sure, as a big man on the roster next season, the Portuguese prince, Neemias Queta, who I do like Queta's game, but I don't like, listen, there are some flaws in it. So somebody like Maxime coming in, again, at 22, someone who has shown that he can produce, at least at the college level, with consistency on the offensive end, coming in and just being able to contribute right away. One of the concerns, though, with Mr. Maxime is that he, defensively, maybe not the tightest out there. And if we do play a team that is able to get him into space, I don't know. It's like I could just see Luka picking on him quite a bit here, say in a matchup like that, right? But again, when you're just trying to find somebody who can impact right away and get out there, I do think he's got some good floor. It's a good floor. We know exactly what we're getting from him. And then, I don't know, maybe Joe Mazzulla makes him watch The Town 40 or 50 times. And all of a sudden, he's got that mindset to play a little bit more aggressively on the defensive end. So that is pick 28, Maxime Renaud. Again, there were a couple other guys that the Celtics were pretty excited about that I don't know if they're going to, or at least the Celtics bloggers are very excited about that. I don't know if he's going to fall all the way down. Next up, pick 32. They've got him taking Cam Jones, a 6'3" wing out of Marquette. Jimmy Butler, Marquette. And he was also 22 as well. So again, Sam Vecenie of The Athletic and the Game Theory Pod has the Celtics looking at getting guys who seem to be able to fit in right now, not taking these shots on like 18 or 19-year-olds, not even a lot of international play either. These are just proven guys who have put in 4 years in like high-level D1 college basketball. And then again, with no Tatum, you've got like Baylor Shireman, who's going to be in year 2, Jordan Walsh in year 3, and then maybe this guy Cam. Oh my God, did I just mess up his name? No, Cam Jones. All right, we crushed it. We should have stayed confident. 6'3" though, not like a huge boy, but we do like it. So those are the two projected picks here for the Celtics with pick 28 and pick 32. However, let's pose another one, all right? What if the Celtics trade up, right? What if they do the anti-Bill Belichick, and I'm not talking about dating somebody that is of age for the NBA draft, but about trading up versus trading back when it comes to trade time. Look at us fitting a Jordan Hudson joke in there, okay? That's the type of content you can expect here. So what if the Celtics try to package, because we know they still are trying to get under that luxury tax, and maybe they say, hey, Atlanta Hawks, listen, do you like shooting, Atlanta? Oh, and I'm not making a joke there. Do you need some outside shooting from three ball, okay? How about Sam Hauser, all right? You're looking around your roster. You got rid of DeAndre Hunter this year. You got rid of Bogdan Bogdanovic. You brought in guys who don't necessarily shoot. The minivan, Georges Niang. You got Karis LeVert. How about Sam Hauser and pick 22? Sam Hauser and pick 32 for pick 22. We take Atlanta's first round pick 22. The reason I like this is because, listen, I love Sam Hauser. I like him being on the Celtics. I think he's going to be on another team next year. This is a way to shed some money, also get a cheaper contract in a rookie back, right? Because with pick 22, but it also allows them to jump up a little bit and get somebody that we were talking about in earlier videos, and that is the big man, Ryan Kalbrenner. I think that's how I pronounce him. 7'1", from Creighton, 23 years old. So similar stat line to our guy Maxime that we were just talking about, but this is a higher projected prospect that you can see go anywhere from like 15 to 29. So if you're Boston and you get to pick 22, or pick 21 essentially, right? You see that Kalbrenner's still on the board. You get on the phone with Atlanta and listen, have pick 32 and Sam Hauser for pick 22. And if they say no, maybe you go, all right, pick 28 in Sam Hauser for pick 22. I could see the Celtics making a move like this. I really could. Again, I don't want Hauser to go. I really don't. But I would love to see the Celtics make sure they can secure, if they are going to move them, use it in a situation like this where you're not taking on a lot more salary. It's just a rookie contract, and it's also addressing a need that you have, which is enough. You just want, at this point, as many dart throws at a big man as possible, right? A cheap big man is what we are looking for, because I'm almost leaning this direction. If you don't have the cap space to get an elite big, I'm talking like a top 5 big in the league, let's just play it cheap. You know what I'm saying? Let's just take a couple of shots with some cheaper guys and see what pops, right? And I like the idea of doing it with the rookie. I should say too, as we're talking about the NBA draft, follow along at Mike Zakarian, whether it's on Twitter or on the Instagram, because I am going to be at the NBA draft on the 25th at Barclays Center. We've got some media we got a press credential, baby. That's right. Zakarian with a press credential. So we'll be out there. We'll be following along. We won't be booing. We'll be cheering, okay? No matter who they pick, we'll be doing a lot of cheering. And I'm going to try to see what I can do to get Cooper Flag to Boston. That's the move. Let's just talk about, again, as we get closer to the draft, some of these, some fun things that we could see. Because there are, and this isn't really Celtics coded, but it is, I just think we have a chance at some excitement. So the Brooklyn Nets and the Pelicans, right? I believe they are picked 7 and 8. There's a lot of rumors that the Pelicans are going to start chipping off some pieces to rebuild. Herb Jones is a name that gets thrown around a lot. You could see Herb Jones and the Pelicans first round pick traded to another team that is in the top 3 or 4 if there is someone they are trying to get right now, right? If they are really in love with a player at pick 3 or pick 4, maybe they throw that package together to try to move up. You could see Philly, right? Because Philadelphia is a team to watch right now. Vecini has them doing 55 trades in the first round in his mock draft. But I do think we could see a lot of movement because the Sixers are in this weird spot, right? Where you look at their roster and their rotation. You got Joel Embiid, and who knows how many games he's going to play. Paul George, and who knows how many games or podcasts he's going to do this season. You got Maxey and McCain. So you've got the old, you've got the young. They also have some salary they probably want to get rid of, whether it's Kelly Oubre Jr.'s contract, which is a player option, I believe, Andre Drummond, who's got a player option. And so if they're able to offload some of those salaries to move back a little bit, I could see them doing that. I also could see them just making their pick at pick 3. And Daryl Morey's also been rumored at trying to move up to pick 2 with the Spurs, but I don't really see that happening. The other team was the Brooklyn Nets that I mentioned, right? And I could see them doing a similar package that we just laid out that the Pelicans are doing or could be doing with Herb Jones, except with Cam Johnson. I do think Cam Johnson has more value. And I think it makes more sense for Brooklyn to hang on to Cam Johnson and then try to move him during the season. But I do think those teams are important people to watch. Also, the Charlotte Hornets, I think, are in a weird spot too, right? They've continued to tank and miss out on top picks. There's rumors swirling around LaMelo Ball. Is he going to be on a different team? Mark Williams, remember he famously failed his physical and then like didn't get traded to the Lakers, but now like do they try to move off of him? He's barely played games. What are they going to do with Miles Bridges, who I don't like, for obvious reasons? Brandon Miller, their second or will be a third year guy who was off to a promising start and then had a season-ending injury. They like bricked out on their last first-round pick in Saline. So I don't know what they are going to do, but they are a team to watch as well. And then yeah, again, I think Philly is the biggest one. And then maybe, I don't know, a dark horse, another team like jumps up and does something a little spicy. I don't know. The last thing I wanted to cover, that's it for the draft. I just want to give our guy Tatum a little love, all right? Jason Tatum, I thought the Celtics blog did a good job reporting on this. I believe it was Noah Dalzell who did a really good job. And I'll just quote some of this, because I didn't know this. I didn't know any of this happened. So right after he tore his Achilles, I missed that a tornado swept through St. Louis. I totally missed that. It damaged about 5,000 buildings and injured 38. It actually killed 5 people. And then a few weeks later, Tatum's foundation, the JT Foundation, hosted a food drive that helped out a ton of affected families. On June 1st, they collected more than 52,000 pounds of food and supplies to those that were affected by it. And then they did a second event, yesterday. Well, let's not date this. They did a second event on the 14th, on June 14th, from 9 to 2, and they did a second one. So just shout out Tatum. Tatum, who we've seen clips of Torrey Craig visiting him in the and like while he was doing his rehab, right? He's absolutely like grinding. You could tell he like reached a milestone in his rehabilitation where like the first couple of weeks are really tough, but it looked like week 4 it started to pick up. And while he's dealing with all of that, he's also back into the community in St. Louis helping those that are affected. I just love Jason Tatum, man. In the bag for JT, Celtic for life. I hope the rest of the world starts putting a little bit more respect on the guy. I'm excited for him to come back and battle with the Beantown boys of the Celtics. But that's going to do it. That's going to do it for some mock draft action. Again, go subscribe. Well, definitely subscribe to the Celtics Daily, and then follow me along at Mike Zakarian for some draft coverage live on the scene, boots on the ground. It'll be a good time. But I appreciate you watching. Let's get after it. Smash the subscribe. We'll see you next time.